We just bought this old abandoned, who even knows if it runs, pontoon boat.
You big dummy.
And today marks the beginning of our journey where we're going to be transforming it into a homemade houseboat.
It's very important that we fix the 3 major issues with this pontoon boat that we currently know about. Number 1, the engine doesn't work. Number 2, we need to refurbish the console and also try not to damage any of the wiring harness. And then number 3, we also want to take this deck apart because we want to put a brand new, beautiful deck on there.
It's currently very ugly.
These renovations are a very important first step before we can start building the house's structure on top. This boat needs some serious housekeeping.
That was very satisfying.
Every single screw on this boat is stripped.
Bent and stripped. What are we getting ourselves into, dude?
In order to remove the old plywood, we have to remove the trim. We're gonna save it for later so we can repaint it and then put it back on once we added the new plywood. But it seems we've already run into a problem.
The issue is that these screws are going to be corroded. So depending on how old this boat is, which is a 2002, these screws have been in there for a long time. So there is a chance that we have to like cut these out.
Dude,
what? Dude, I'm so gassy today.
Oh, that smells worse than the carpet does.
Oh no, I'm ashamed. Oh, that stinks.
Oh, bro.
Dude, Jeff, come on.
Get me out of here, I'm stuck.
Hey.
I don't know, how is that possible? How does it smell worse than the rotting carpet, dude? How is that possible?
Dude, something is dying inside of Jeff.
No. The screws were actually coming out a lot easier than expected, but we found most of them were hidden by old carpet glue, so they were impossible to find.
So we had this great idea of pushing the boat into the warehouse to get some shade since it's 100 degrees out. And once it's there, we gotta forcefully pull these plywoods off the boat because they are not coming out easy.
All right. Yep.
That did it. I knew those suckers were coming off. We decided to keep the hardware because the boat is slightly wider than 8 feet, so we'll need to add on a small section of plywood just like they did on the old one.
If you're wondering what Jeff is doing right now, so are we.
All right, time to rip off this plywood.
Make a mental note of this giant frame. We'll tell you about it shortly. We have a big secret to tell you.
We finally got the last piece of plywood off, but there's this sticky tar material underneath the plywood, so we gotta scrape all that off, and then once that's done, we can start worrying about the wiring.
Right now I'm taking out these switches and then I have to label each one. So this one is the stereo, because if we mix up these wires, that's gonna be really bad.
These gauges are going to be installed in our custom built console, and everything was coming out fine until we got to the steering column.
Dude, I want to talk to whoever designed this.
The steering wheel is not easy to get out.
I literally have the best access point.
Dude, you got the access point.
Dude, he's got an access point.
Jeff has the access point. Jeff has the access point. Jeff has the access point.
Why are you saying it?
This is the easiest freaking way to get it out. I'm like going ham on this puppy.
Is it turning?
Yeah, dude, I'm going ham on this.
not
Oh, he's getting it.
I mean, you don't want the steering wheel to accidentally come off.
Can someone come support my head?
Dude, Jacob, you the real homie.
Dude, this is helping my neck not hurt.
Am I pushing your face against the console?
Kinda, but it's fine. It was
Jake-
better the other way.
Jacob, the real homie.
Get you a friend like
No,
Jacob.
this is the dude. If I was working on my car and someone did this for me, dude,
You just give him a big
I would have to buy him dinner or something.
Are you saying something?
So you're saying that I need to buy you dinner now?
No, I said I would.
This steering column was seriously not easy to get off, and then when we did finally manage to get it off, Jeff was blocking the camera.
Okay, so we finally got all of the wiring stuff out.
Completed.
So now we can take out this old, ugly fiberglass. What is wrong with that, man? This old, ugly console.
Just look at that freaking bundle of wires, dude.
Oh my gosh. That's gonna be fun to deal with. All right, Jacob, single-handedly yeet it. Yeet. Put it above your head. Yeah! Unfortunately, the next day, as we were reinstalling the splash guards, we ran into a couple more problems.
Come up here.
Flat.
All right, so we took all this thing off. We had to replace all the hardware. The hardware, no good.
Whoever originally owned this boat did a terrible job. Half of the hardware didn't have nuts on them, so if we put the boat on and do this, the boat house could literally fly off.
These are some major renovations going on here.
One thing that we're gonna have to do it as well is change all of this plastic
Squeeze it, Jeff.
crap. It just falls apart, dude.
Dude, you're spilling it all over me. I'm down here. Hey!
Jacob, what you doing down there?
I'm trying to catch bolts down here.
I'm gonna be so freaking hyped when this thing is finally done. It's gonna be so cool.
Me too.
Not every day you get to work on a boat.
But Rob, we literally are working on a boat every single day.
Yeah, it's true. You guys are both dorks.
Now we have all this room, and I think we'll be putting some marine ply on this bad boy so we can actually walk across it like normal people.
Amen, brother.
It's important that before we slap the plywood on there, we cover it in a protective sealant so that it lasts as long as possible. Can you guys believe we've been working on this boat for 8 days now?
Yeah, we probably should have gone a different boat, honestly.
But I like this boat.
We've been doing parkour on this boat for too long now. It's going to feel amazing to finally get this deck completed. And as a reminder, after this is done, we'll need to build a cover for the engine and the other components, build a custom console, and finally start the engine. Well, hopefully it starts.
We're about to finish the deck. This is taking us forever, so this is a really big moment for us.
Last one!
This thing is sick, dude. I'm so glad that this is done. This was like super time consuming. How many days did we take to doing this?
Like 10.
That took forever. That took forever. That
then
took forever.
The underneath.
That took forever. That took forever. That took forever.
Took forever.
That took forever.
We literally had to replace everything. But it is very satisfying now to be able to walk from front to back, back to front. This thing's gonna be on the water soon. It's gonna be crazy.
Yes, sir. It's motor time, baby.
Guys, this guy can fix anything. I've never been like, hey, can you fix this? He's like, no. Just says, yes, I got it. It's pretty sick.
Jacob,
I got it, dude.
You're a
gonna get it
beast.
running. So the fuel system's all been disconnected, so we got to get the fuel tank back up there, hook up the fuel pump, and hook up all the lines back up to the carburetor.
we really want to pay attention to detail on this boat and make it the best we can. We even took the time to clean the fuel tank. However, once I finished, it kind of looked exactly the same. Next on the list is to build the engine and components cover. We'll be making this out of wood, so I have a lot of cuts to do. Some of the pieces will need special cutouts to fit correctly.
Nice.
Once I finished the cuts, I then had to drill pocket holes on every piece so they could easily fit together. Then, Jeff and I painted them. This houseboat is gonna be finished sooner than we all think. Would you guys have been disappointed if that was it for the houseboat?
I would have went home. I would have drilled
Hey, you
all
can
the way
sleep
home.
right here with a sleeping bag. You're good.
All right, let's hope this thing fits like a glove. Bring it back, bring it back, pick it up, bring it back.
As we were installing the engine box, something very unfortunate happened to y'all.
Oh!
Our subscribers fell.
Are you good?
Our subscribers
The case worked.
Are they
The
fine?
case did a job.
You need a resuscitation?
I think they look okay. Check it out, this thing fits perfectly.
Dude, this thing is solid.
Yeah, so these cutouts fit perfectly.
What is going on?
What the heck is going on there? Oh!
So the fuel tank's gonna sit in that little cubby.
So the nice thing about this little one, it's gonna have a like a step on top, but we're gonna have some storage. So we'll put life vest in there. This box is gonna have the gas tank. That's gonna be the trim pump for the outboard of the motor and the battery. Robert is now screwing in the contraption to the deck. All right, guys, this box is officially complete. Besides the lid, we're working on that. But in the meantime, what we need to do now is reconnect the fuel system to the box. This is actually the primer system. Before, this was inside the original box, and it was very inconvenient to reach in there and try to do all this stuff. Like, this wall will be available inside the house, so that when we build the house, you don't even have to go outside to start the motor. So,
Be pretty convenient. We got this drip pan for this fuel tank, which we're gonna be installing inside one of these boxes here.
so it's gotta go this way. Well, they're not really great handles, though. How the heck do you? Can you just? No, we might just have to like both squeeze it like this.
Get on the thing. Wait. Lift outside. Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
it's in.
A little bit of force.
That looked real good.
I'm really glad we had the foresight to put the engine primer outside the box because starting this puppy is gonna be so much easier.
Very clean, very clean, very clean.
Dude, this thing, sick.
While we were finishing up reconnecting all the wires, Jacob was cleaning up some of the other components. Jacob, where'd you learn to do all this stuff?
Honestly, I just started doing it on my own and eventually got proficient in working with my hands.
We're getting very close to starting our boat. The next thing that we're going to be moving on to is the console.
Console! Console! Oh, dude, I grew legs. Console! Console man, bring me the console. Well,
What do you have to say about this?
you have one shot to get the gauges perfectly straight, or else it's going to be ruined.
That puts a lot of pressure on us.
So this is for the steering column, right?
Steering column right here.
Oh boy, I'm scared, dude.
Chris, you only have one try.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Are you gonna go faster?
No.
Go.
Oh my. Just dusted us out, dude.
Sorry, dude.
We carefully finished all the cutouts and now it's time to hook up the gauges.
Little update, we are assembling the steering wheel. I gotta find another nut for this bolt. It's gonna be like finding a needle in a haystack. Twist that thing.
Nut, dude. Look
Twist
at
that
thing.
thing. Look at this column, dude.
Nice, dude. That looks sick.
Look, you have freaking full adjustability.
Wow.
You can adjust it as much as you
That's
want.
perfect. We
It's
should
not
get a brand new steering wheel.
Yeah.
We will. We'll get it.
Do it. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks nice.
This custom console already looks amazing and we haven't even done the finishing yet. We'll complete it when we start on the houseboat build.
All right, so after all this work, no one knows where the ignition key is.
It literally lost the key.
We searched the whole warehouse. We searched every place that we could think of, and no key.
gone.
We tried
Yeah.
calling a locksmith, and they can help us out. So it's possible that we're just gonna have to go to a boat store and just get a brand new spanking.
Wait, they couldn't help us out?
No.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to go to a boat store.
Yeah.
Remember I told you to make a note of this metal frame? While Rob and Jeff go get the new ignition switch, I'm gonna tell you the big secret. See this thing? This is gonna attach to it. This is forged chromoly steel right here. This big piece of metal right here, this didn't come on the boat. Jacob and Michael built it and we had put this on here. And the reason is because this is gonna be towing an entire train.
It's about 6 tons. Estimated about 6 tons of train cars. It's gonna be nuts.
Nobody's ever built a boat train before, and we're gonna do it right here on this channel, and we're gonna completely build all the boats from scratch. There's gonna be 5 total, and then we're gonna take it on an adventure, and it's gonna be really crazy. Do you think they should subscribe for that, Jacob?
They should definitely subscribe. You guys are gonna be missing out if you don't see the rest of this. It's gonna be so sick. It's gonna be a challenge. We're gonna have to do some testing first and figure out exactly how we're gonna do it, but massive train on the lake. It's gonna be just fantastic. It's gonna be super sick.
With that new piece of information, you can probably now see why this boat is so important to us. Now we just need to install this ignition switch and get it started.
We got one of these things so we don't lose it.
Don't start a boat without one of these.
What is that?
This gives the motor and the outboard, it gives it water, so it cools the whole system down.
Ah.
So is water just gonna spray everywhere?
Yeah, it's gonna get all over the place, but that's what we want.
All right. All right.
Air pump.
Air pump's on. We really don't know if this is gonna start up right away, but we did everything we could.
We tried starting the engine, but we already ran into our first problem. The starter isn't cranking.
So we popped a 20 amp fuse, which 20 amp fuses are really strong. So somewhere along this line, along the starting line, there's a short somewhere.
So why we have a wiring issue?
Yeah, there's a wiring issue somewhere along the line.
Well, I'm kind of rendered useless because I have to watch this guy.
He's the next Angie bro, dude.
Dude, that's true. Wesley, do you want to be a Dangy bro?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
when I grow up.
To grow up?
Yeah,
How old?
20.
When you're 20, then you could be a danger bro.
That's a good age.
The guys were working hard to fix the problem. This is starting to get worrisome.
Oh yeah, this is way too tight.
Yeah, it's too tight. So
Look at that.
we just need to get these off and then pull this hose a little bit out, and that should fix it. So we're just waiting for Colby to get the Phillips.
We got the starter cranking, but now the engine won't run unless the starter is cranking. The gauges also won't work, so we must have done something wrong. The biggest problem is that they don't make wiring diagrams for this boat. Any boat experts, we'd love your advice. Find out if we get the boat started in the next video. See you there.